Caitlin Clark
has officially
out for the All-Star game.
She will miss the WNBA All-Star game after re-aggravating a groin injury.
It sucks, right? It sucks. It's in Indiana. She's been waiting on this moment.
It was supposed to be her moment, her city, her all-star stage.
She was supposed to be in the three-point contest. She will not be participating.
Nobody else in this WNBA, now or in the past, has ever carried a league as she does.
Unfortunate news out of the WNBA, which really stinks for fans.
People are scrambling to get off their tickets now.
But just 2 minutes ago, everything changed. Caitlin Clark, the face of the WNBA, the rookie rewriting history, has officially withdrawn from the All-Star game.
Not only to the fans, not only to the people, not only to the league, but to Caitlin Clark. This was a big deal. In front of her home fans, this is the first All-Star game in Indianapolis in league history.
We have a sad message from Caitlin Clark, heart-filling message that she will be out of the All-Star game.
The reason? A groin injury that's been quietly haunting her for weeks. And now it's forced her to shut it all down. Fans are stunned. Tickets are crashing.
Caitlin Clark will not be participating in this year's WNBA All-Star game, and it's truly just an unfortunate situation.
Caitlin Clark announced she will miss the WNBA All-Star game after re-aggravating a groin injury.
We saw Caitlin Clark hold her groin.
Clark had missed 4 games and the Commissioner's Cup final with that groin injury.
And haters, they're celebrating. But what really happened behind the scenes? And why does this one injury feel like more than just a medical update? It feels like a shift in the entire league's momentum. Because when Caitlin Clark steps off the court,
not only to the fans, not only to the people, not only to the league, but to Caitlin Clark, this was a big deal. In front of her home fans, this is the first All-Star game in Indianapolis in league history.
Everything else stops with her. The moment came in silence. No dramatic fall, no obvious limp, just a subtle wince late in the Fever's intense win over the Connecticut Sun. Caitlin Clark reached toward her groin, tugged slightly at her shorts, and kept playing because that's what she always does.
Look at how she's injured. You know what I'm saying? They're going to use all this against them, man. And the fact that she's injured, you know, people aren't really tuning in as much. People starting to lose hope.
This will have a negative impact on ratings. Make no mistake about it.
But beneath the grit was a problem far bigger than anyone realized. That one moment was the signal. Something wasn't right. By the next morning, the statement dropped like a gut punch. Caitlin Clark, the most anticipated All-Star in WNBA history, was out. The groin injury that had already sidelined her for 4 previous games.
Certainly a bummer, I think, across all of Indianapolis, all of the WNBA world to hear this news. And
Caitlin Clark, unfortunately, is going to miss WNBA All-Star game and the three-point contest because of the groin injury.
This was her statement.
Caitlin Clark has officially been replaced for this year's All-Star game.
No All-Star game and no three-point contest.
And the Commissioner's Cup final had flared up again. Her official statement was calm, but heartbreaking.
She does go on to say how incredibly sad and, quote, disappointed she will be to not be able to participate, adding, quote, I have to rest my body. I'll still be at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for all of the action. I'm looking forward to helping Sandy coach our team to a win.
I'm incredibly sad I can't play. This is such a special moment for the league and for me, but I have to listen to my body. And just like that, the All-Star game lost its brightest light.
Caitlin Clark actually worrying about herself this time, you know, putting herself first because she put the league, she put everybody before her every time.
We're with you 100% CC.
The fallout was immediate. Ticket prices nosedived. Hotel cancellations poured in. Fans who had traveled thousands of miles, many of them just to see her, were left crushed.
People are scrambling to get off their tickets now.
She's in her backyard. We want her to be in that All-Star game.
You understand that my heart was in it for you, to be there for you.
Indianapolis was supposed to be her coronation, a chance to electrify her home crowd on the league's biggest stage. Instead, it turned into a question. What is this game without Caitlin Clark?
Clark was set to be the centerpiece of the All-Star weekend in Indianapolis. She was named a captain after receiving the most fan votes.
Social media flooded with mixed emotions. Some blamed the league for letting defenders take cheap shots without protection. Others pointed to overuse, how Clark has been carrying the fever, playing heavy minutes and taking hit after hit without rest.
I feel bad for some of the fans that are like, damn, I get to see Caitlin Clark. I'm so excited. This was a Christmas present. This was a birthday present.
The people that enjoy the WNBA and find talent in these other players, they will enjoy it. At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
But one thing everyone agreed on, her absence changed everything. And while some critics quietly celebrated her exit, hoping the spotlight might finally dim, the reality hit harder than any headline. Without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's biggest weekend just got a...
Somebody said she mostly injured, face of the league. Caitlin been the face of the league, man.
I dare say that Caitlin is not just sad, and she recognizes how important she is.
The belle of the ball can't get out on the dance floor, and that, let's be honest, that puts a big-time damper on the whole party.
Whole lot smaller. The numbers tell the story no one can ignore. Before Caitlin Clark's injury, the WNBA was riding a viewership wave unlike anything it had seen before. When Clark played, the league broke records. Her game against the Dallas Wings? A staggering 2.13 million average viewers.
She did 2.1 million viewers in the game after that against the Dallas Wings. 2.5 million peak. In a game she unfortunately got injured in, did 1.7 million average viewers.
Peaking at 2.45 million. Her battle with the Connecticut Sun, the very game where her groin flared up, drew 1.7 million on a regular weeknight.
1.5 million viewers against the Atlanta Dream. That game peaked with 1.8 million. Sun, Storm, immediately following after, 470,000 viewers.
These weren't playoff numbers. These were Clark numbers. And now, without her, the crash has begun. One of the league's most hyped matchups post-announcement, Fever versus Liberty minus Caitlin, pulled barely 470,000 viewers, a fraction of what she generates solo.
Caitlin Clark, WNBA Player of the Year, 700 comments, 35,000 likes, 600,000 views. The engagement is crazy.
Social media mentions plummeted. National coverage shrank overnight. Because love her or hate her, Caitlin Clark is the engine of the league's momentum. Without her, everything slows down. And what about the All-Star Game? This year's event was supposed to be the showcase. Caitlin Clark in her hometown, packed arena, cameras rolling, endorsement banners stacked to the rafters. Last year's All-Star Game had drawn 3.4 million viewers.
The All-Star weekend is 100% going to not be as big as it was last year.
And with Clark now in the league, projections were even higher. Networks were locked in, sponsorships activated, merch was printed in bulk. But with her sudden withdrawal, the tone has shifted from celebration to salvage.
That they needed to take into consideration her long-term health, especially because now this is the fourth separate injury that she's had since the preseason.
She brings eyes to the game so that the next generation can come out and thrive. Just a dynamic player, just exciting to watch. The fans eat it right up.
Caitlin Clark, who received more votes for the All-Star Game than anyone else by far, and is also a captain, has released a statement. Now, it's something that people kind of figured.
League execs are scrambling to recalculate marketing pushes. Fans are second-guessing ticket purchases. Even some players privately admitted that the weekend just won't hit the same without Caitlin on the court.
She's putting up final numbers, right? Final numbers. There's no other team really doing that in viewership.
It would have been great having all these votes, being the captain.
Just how difficult is it getting into a game with 24 hours since your last game, going back to rotations from 4 or 5 games ago?
Yeah, we'd love to have her. I think we all know that when she's playing, it's a whole different team. And then when she's not playing, we're a whole nother squad.
Because here's the truth. The WNBA didn't just lose an all-star, it lost its main attraction. Clark has become more than a player. She's a walking broadcast boost, a revenue magnet, a once-in-a-generation draw whose presence isn't just appreciated, it's essential.
Nobody else in this WNBA, now or in the past, has ever carried a league as she does.
It sucks, right? It sucks. It's in Indiana. She's been waiting on this moment.
People are scrambling to...
And beyond the financials lies the emotional weight. Her supporters, who watched her rise from Iowa to WNBA royalty, were ready for the moment she'd stand center court as an all-star, not just a rookie. She earned it with her play, her poise, and her resilience under constant fire. And now that moment's been stolen, not by choice, but by pain.
Hopefully, Caitlin Clark will get the rest that she needs.
That they're really trying to focus on her long-term health. Then we'll have to see if she'll even be able to be available for that game as well.
The right decision that she does not play in the All-Star game. The most important thing is the season.
While haters might be quick to celebrate her absence, thinking it levels the playing field, they're missing the bigger picture. The league was thriving because Caitlin Clark elevated everything around her. Her exit doesn't just dim the spotlight, it shifts it into darkness. And the league knows it. They may not say it out loud.
Fortunately, my body still needs more time to recover, and I am unable to suit up and play this weekend.
But behind the scenes, the impact is felt hard and fast. Because when Caitlin Clark pulls out, the entire WNBA feels the drop. This groin injury isn't just a setback, it's a warning sign.
I got to do what's best for me. Me and my team are going to consult, we're going to talk, and we're going to see what's best moving forward.
This season now missing almost 10 games here is something we're not used to seeing from Caitlin Clark.
After missing 11 total games with various injuries, including a left groin injury and left quad strain.
Caitlin Clark has been playing through the kind of pain most players would sit out for weeks to recover from. The groin strain that finally forced her out of the All-Star game isn't random. It's the result of relentless wear and tear, night after night, on a rookie who's been treated like a veteran star.
These thugs have assaulted her. Yes, they are thugs, and they definitely have assaulted her all season in Tiana.
You start playing on an injury, it starts hurting other areas because those other areas are trying to make up for the slack of the area that is hurt.
And targeted like a threat. And now her body is saying what the league wouldn't. Enough is enough. Groin injuries aren't light. They linger. They tighten, flare, and if ignored, they tear.
Get your own medical team, people that are solely focused on making sure you're in the best shape, you're in the best health that you can possibly be in moving forward.
It is unconstitutional what is happening to Caitlin Clark. This is looking like a hate crime. Definitely a hate crime.
Ask Lisa Leslie. Ask NBA stars who've lost months to this very issue.
Lisa Leslie just shared some really shocking news about Caitlin Clark's groin injury and how she might feel for the rest of her career.
Well, I really feel for Caitlin Clark because I actually had that injury 2006. And the hard part is that the groin is sort of an area that you can't just touch and go, oh, it hurts right here. You feel it deep. You have to get a lot of deep treatment, whether it's ice and heat and rest.
It's not just discomfort, it's a career risk. And Caitlin knew that. She felt the signs weeks ago, missing 4 games earlier in the season. Then came the Commissioner's Cup final. She sat that one out too, but the league didn't want to hear it.
I can still feel that injury linger because I don't know that it ever really goes away. You just learn to manage and play with it. Logo shoots the longest distance out there in the WNBA consistently, and that's going to take away from her lift. You can feel fine. You get back out there, one move, one change of direction, and boom, you're right back feeling that same type of pain.
The fans didn't want to hear it. Everyone kept pushing forward until now. This injury is no coincidence. It's a result of everything she's been carrying. Clark hasn't just been playing basketball. She's been carrying the league's weight, its ratings, its future, and its brand on her rookie shoulders. She leads the league in minutes played. She takes more hits than anyone. And yet, game after game, the refs swallow their whistles while defenders crash into her, bump her off screens, and deliver borderline cheap shots with zero protection.
Get healthy as soon as possible, but don't rush it. Rest your body.
Caitlin got honored as the WNBA Player of the Year in the ESPYs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she continues to get new awards. She continues to break barriers. She continues to do things that we haven't seen before.
Every drive to the rim has become a gamble. Every screen she runs into could be a blindside. And while some call her soft for stepping back now, the truth is the opposite. This is strength. This is wisdom.
This couldn't have happened at a worse point for the WNBA, especially with CBA negotiations unfolding.
She did state she was going to be in the building for the CBA discussion.
She's going to be at this very important set of negotiations for the new collective bargaining agreement.
She could have played through the pain for the show. She could have forced a smile for the cameras. But instead, she chose her health, her longevity, her future. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just here for one All-Star moment. She's here to own the next decade. And that's what the haters don't understand.
Caitlin Clark announced she will miss the WNBA All-Star game after re-aggravating a groin injury, which really stinks for fans.
We have a sad message from Caitlin Clark, heart-filling message that she will be out of the All-Star game.
Her decision to step away wasn't a win for them. It was a move that ensures they'll be watching her dominate for years to come. This isn't the end. It's the pause that protects what's still to come. So while the All-Star game goes on without her and critics try to twist the story, one truth stands firm. Caitlin Clark chose the smart play. She didn't quit. She calculated.
So Caitlin Clark is officially out for the All-Star game.
She was supposed to be in the three-point contest. She will not be participating in the All-Star game.
And the three-point contest because of the groin injury.
And she made the one decision champions always make. Protect the legacy before it's too late. Caitlin Clark didn't back down. She stepped back. Not out of fear, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. The All-Star game may go on without her, but the truth is loud and clear. Without Caitlin, it's just not the same.
Well, we're with you 100%, CC. Congratulations to Caitlin Clark, and well deserved.
The haters can laugh. The critics can spin it. But while they're stuck in the moment, she's building for the future. A stronger comeback, a longer career, a legacy that won't burn out early for one weekend of applause. Drop a 100% in the comments if you stand with Caitlin Clark's decision. Because one game missed doesn't define her. What's coming next will.
This is the power of Caitlin Clark right here. This is the crowd prior to the game. These are all Fever fans going into a road arena in Boston. Look at that. Look at all the Fever. Red, Fever, red. I mean, look, little Caitlin Clark fans right here. That is Caitlin Clark's draw and her power for the league.